I'm Yana Aronova, the new guest host of Creative Continuity.
Hello, I'm Harold Gant, the new guest host of Creative Continuity.
And don't forget about me, Mark Aronoff.
A new set of hosts, a new season, and all shot in glorious HD. Join Harold, Mark, and I as we bring you news from Comic-Con with your favorite writers, artists, and celebrities.
Creative Continuity, we bring the convention to you.
We're here at New York Comic-Con 2013 with the crime syndicate of America that has just, well, basically killed everybody, and now they're holding me prisoner.
Bestow Productions presents Creative Continuity at New York Comic-Con 2013. Get the latest news directly from artists, writers, and the occasional celebrity appearance. Tune in for Creative Continuity's coverage of NYCC. We bring the convention to you.
Is anybody's life really worth anything? I mean, when there's alternate realities infinitely out there.
Chiang, Mr. Chiang, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, how'd you push yourself into this career?
I always wanted to do some kind of storytelling. At first I thought maybe I was going to be a filmmaker, but realized I didn't like collaborating with, with actors and working with film cameras and stuff like that, and that it would be easier for me to tell stories if I drew them myself.
How's that working now? How do you like working with writers?
It's great. I mean, I used to be an editor at DC, and so I have some experience in talking to writers, and my job is to try to bring out the best in their scripts.
Gotcha. How's it been different working with from Judd Winnick all the way back to now Brian Azzarello?
Brian and I are friends. We've been friends for a while, and I knew him when I was on in editorial at Vertigo. So it's we have like a shorthand. We know each other. We can talk to each other. We understand each other's goals, and our each other's style. So we work really comfortably together. Judd and I, we worked together a lot from the beginning. We started together with Josie Mack in Detective Comics, and then did Green Arrow and Black Canary. So I've tried to have. I just try to get into the writers' heads, and it's better when I know them and are friends with them.
How'd you develop your really unique style almost?
It's kind of an accident. I think, it's a mistake to try and be too deliberate about style. Then it becomes a marketing thing. You really just want to do something that feels sincere and natural to yourself.
How did the process with you and Judd on Green Arrow and Black Canary work out? How'd you guys develop that? You were going to essentially work on that book together.
We didn't actually need to talk very much. It was all there in the script, and and he would just give it to me, and I'd just try to amp it up and make it as dynamic as possible.
What do you like doing more? Covers, or do you like panels?
They're totally different parts of your brain that get exercised. I like doing covers because of the illustration aspect. You're trying to make things interesting. You're trying to come up with an image that will, catch your eye, and also, sum up, part of the story, and make people, take a look at what's inside the book.
Now, how'd you guys, you and Brian, really get on the New 52 with this Wonder Woman book?
We'd been talking about doing Wonder Woman for a while with Dan DiDio, and then I'm actually not sure. We were talking about doing it, and then we were supposed to do another project, and then the New 52 relaunch came around, and then they asked us if we wanted to take a shot at it.
What was the initial pitch that really gravitated you towards working with Brian on this?
It was part of the package that we would be kind of taking another look, that we'd be rebooting things a little bit. The pitch from Brian was, "What do you think of Wonder Woman?" And then we started talking. We talked for a couple hours and came up with the story that you're reading now.
What was your reaction to the whole pants controversy?
I thought it was interesting how passionate it was. I mean, I took Jim's design and tried to make it work for my graphic style. But I was happy to see the pants go, because they didn't work.
They didn't work in terms of the kind of Greek culture that you guys were developing?
No, just like on a visual level, it just you need to break up all the black. If she's got black boots, she can't wear black pants on top of that. It's just too heavy. Gotcha.
So what has been your favorite story you've done thus far in your career?
Favorite stories? I mean, it's hard to tell. It's sort of like, they're like all like your kids, and you got to pick one. I'm really happy with the Beware the Creeper trade that came out recently. That was from a few years back for Vertigo, and that was one of the first times I got to really art direct a book, and it turned out great. The Dr. 13 story I did with Brian a few years back was also a real high point for me.
What do you have coming up in Wonder Woman and maybe some other projects?
We're going into our third year Wonder Woman, and we're going to start paying off some of the things that we've been seeding since issue 1, leading up to a final war with the Firstborn.
That's going to be awesome. Do you have any other things, any covers you're doing?
I recently did an 8-page story in the Witching Hour anthology from Vertigo, and I'll have a story in Batman Black and White coming out in issue 6.
All right, thanks, Mr. Chiang. I appreciate it. This has been Tommy and Cliff at New York Comic Con 2013. You're Dan Parrott. So tell me, how did you develop as an artist?
I grew up as a comic book fan, and Archie, DC, everybody basically, and I just drew my entire life, and then I wanted to get into comics, so I decided to go to the Joe Kubert School, which is for people that don't know, it's a pretty popular school for cartooning. And really, it all started after that. That Archie came looking for me, or looking for talent, and they picked me up.
So how has it been working on Archie your entire career?
Great. I mean, I love it. It's been, I've been there 26 years. It's been fantastic.
What about the characters appealed to you when you were a kid?
I think it's just that everything in Riverdale was so wholesome. It looked such an idyllic place to live. So if you're any kid growing up wants their high school to kind of be like that. It never happens, but you want it to be like that.
Is that a good way for readers to kind of have an escapism?
I think so. I think it's good for everybody to be able to escape into like a happy place. So,
do you find Archie maybe more true to previous generations of high school versus maybe today's high school?
Well, I think it is sort of has an old-fashioned feel to it. So I think it does sort of take some of that old-fashioned quality, but I think that's what people like about it now. I think that's why people are attracted to Archie, is for that old style.
Do you ever, between your work on Archie and other work, have to adjust your style ever?
Not a lot, because my style really was well fit to Archie when I started there, and of course I've kind of, fine-tuned it that way since. So no, my style is it really is an easy fit for Archie. It really is.
Could you talk about your the upcoming? Well, recently actually, there's been a kind of a marriage between the Josie and the Pussycats and Archie. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Well, we did a storyline where we've been doing a storyline where Archie dates Valerie from Josie and the Pussycats, and I've been working on that. So we've just done a few different incarnations of that, and then we did one storyline where Valerie imagines her life married to Archie. So that's basically where the story goes. But I know, so it was a fun story, and it's always fun doing those stories where Archie gets married because Archie's such a goof,
Do you have any sort of things like that coming up in terms of kind of weird, bizarre?
We're not really. We're doing a storyline where the Archies travel around the world, the Archie band. Mm-hmm. So we're getting Archie and Valerie will rekindling their romance because they're traveling with Josie and the Pussycats.
Thank God.
And I'll be working on a new Betty and Veronica series next year where Betty and Veronica leave Riverdale.
That's terrible.
I know. So it's called Farewell, Betty and Veronica. And that's about it.
What about Kevin Keller?
Oh, of course, Kevin, of course. How could I forget about Kevin? We're going to be doing a new story arc with Kevin starting at number 14. And we're revealing it next week because it's Glad Spirit Day next week. So we're kind of revealing it then. But just to give you like a teaser that Kevin number 14, this book will take sort of like a new direction. It's a fun direction, though.
What kind of direction is that?
Well, you'll have to see. It's a very action-packed direction. I'll put it that way. Action-packed.
Better, much better.
8, 9, 10.
Oh, we got to go to the toes. All right, he is an accountant now.
But I'm also a writer.
Really? Did you write that?
Do you know about Bestow Productions? We're the area's leader in video production. We provide quality, award-winning, and professional work in television commercial advertising, video for the web, video content for direct distribution, video on demand, and so much more. Give us a call at 570-486-4948 and see what Bestow can do for you. And now you know.